The Silurian Hypothesis. Could an extraterrestrial civilization have lived on our Earth millions of years before humans? Have you ever heard of the Silurian Hypothesis? It's a theory that since Earth is an extremely ancient planet, civilizations could have developed before modern humans, and that we would have no way to prove their existence due to multiple geological changes over time. Astrophysicists such as Adam Frank and Gavin Schmidt of NASA consider the existence of ancient industrial civilizations before Homo sapiens is possible, but this may have been destroyed by changes on our planet. To find evidence of this civilization, it would be necessary to discover technological artifacts or ancient buildings, and this is quite difficult because fossilization does not happen that often, and the surface of the Earth already has very little content from the period before the Quaternary period, which started 2.59 million years ago. That is, the remains of the Silurian artifacts could have turned to dust over the course of millions of years, have become decayed or destroyed. Man may look at the stars and wonder if there is extraterrestrial life in space, but a groundbreaking study turns the tables and raises the question of whether an advanced civilization once developed on Earth and then disappeared from Earth. According to the Sun reports that researchers from the University of Cambridge carried out a related study in 2018 and published it in 2019, with the questions it contains still being enriched, while calling it the Silurian Hypothesis as a tribute to Doctor Who series. The study combines elements of anthropology, philosophy, and biology, and as reasoning follows the method of exclusion in order to reach a conclusion. And they also investigate the past of the Earth up to 2.5 million years ago, and characteristically emphasize that our industrial civilization has lasted so far about 300 years. For example, from the beginning of mass production methods. Well, I wouldn't say 300 years. We do have, of course, at least 2,500 years. For example, ancient buildings, okay, in ancient Greece, ancient Rome, ancient Israel, China. Now, so in this particular period of time, man has left a mark on Earth, but it would be barely detectable in millions of years if society ended tomorrow. So the study essentially asks, if there was an advanced society on Earth before man, how can we know of it? Geology remains, and there's a why remaining. The researchers report that one of the most difficult things in the geology of the Earth that must be taken seriously, the Earth may have always been changing rapidly, they say, but the last few million years have seen significant geological changes that could wipe out almost every element. Typically, within 2.5 billion years, the planet faced such high temperatures that all land life was medium and small in size to cope with the tropical climate change, and the Ice Age followed. Then the temperature stabilized, and we're now faced with melting ice. So if all this seems tiresome to think about, then one can easily realize what chances there are to find evidence of a developed civilizations. Now, concerning the moon, then the questions arise that although it's difficult to have evidence due to the morphology of the ground, but as we have discovered evidence from other animals, for example, dinosaurs, there should be some evidence from some other civilization as well. And this creates a big why, for the following reason. If the past before man, there was a civilization on Earth, if in the past there was a civilization on Earth, and a superior one at that, it would automatically have a better chance of survival. So either it would still survive, at least some parts of it, or it would have left something behind. Nevertheless, researchers continue to ask questions despite the negative answers until they reach a solid conclusion, especially since life can surprise. Characteristically, they state that human civilization may be recent, but beyond the Earth, it has managed to leave evidence of its existence in space. And this I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.